What do you do when your trip to hell isn't enough? You book a stay at Kiran Hotel. Of course, there's nowhere else quite like it. So, enter our giveaway for a chance to win a deluxe gift basket filled with all the tools you need to get to the underworld yourself. Nestled among the rolling hills of Lonavala, India, this 3-star hotel looks like any other peaceful resort. Nest you're staying in room number 13. Then it becomes a gateway to hell. Before we begin, it'd be a disservice to mention hell so many times and not let you know how you could spend eternity there too. And blog posts about the hellish room at the Kiran Hotel. They booked room 13 for a weekend getaway, intending to relax after a busy work week. That was until 3 a.m. when Vivek was awoken by something sitting on the foot of their bed. Room 13 was said to be haunted by a spirit named Sh. The hotel is located in a remote area surrounded by farms, tall walls, and locked gates. But paranormal investigators have already tried several times. Visitors claim to have seen apparitions roaming the halls, moving objects, shaking beds, vibrating the floors, and even interacting with people. But if you're planning a trip to India, we recommend skipping the Kiran Hotel altogether, or check out creepy viral videos that will give you nightmares. You can't be too careful when dealing with entities you can't see, hear, or feel. One time, a couple parked their bike outside the hotel and tied a ribbon to the chain link fence, hiding it from plain sight. The next morning, they returned to find the ribbon hanging limply from the ground, as if it had been crushed by a giant finger. But perhaps the most disturbing thing is that despite the hundreds of stories and dozens of pictures posted online, no one has ever been able to capture anything concrete. We searched through hours of video footage taken at the Kiran Hotel, and most of it was unusable. Of the footage we could watch, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Even the security camera footage captured by the hotel staff showed nothing more than guests entering and exiting the premises. It's as if the activity only occurs when no one is looking. In October 2020, a group of YouTube creators made their way to the property to investigate reports of strange activity and unearth the history of room 13 in November. Another group tried, but the gate was bolted shut. While they managed to snap a photo of the blocked-off room, it appears they didn't catch anything else because their footage was mostly shaky and blurry. But, according to reports, a ghost was spotted in one of the pictures. In May 2021, another team of paranormal investigators attempted to explore the property, but security guards chased them away. Despite these attempts, no one knows what lies behind the locked doors of room 13. According to locals, he was the son of the previous owner who checked into the room before killing himself. It seems the ghost is so powerful, no one can escape him. Even the hotel staff who witnessed the inexplicable occurrences firsthand are still traumatized years later. After speaking with us, our source admitted, "I still experience nightmares because of this room and the entity inside it." They added, "I try my best to stay away from the hotel and think about it as little as possible. My suggestion to anyone who wants to know more is to stay in room 30. But beware, you might not live to tell the tale." At first he thought it was Sonali, but he knew she was a light sleeper and would have woken up as well. He turned on the light and found no one. Then he heard chains dragging metal moans. Just as he turned to tell his wife Sonali, the bed dipped. Both husband and wife turned to see the footboard moving up and down. Then they heard a loud bang as if something heavy had fallen to the floor. That's when they decided to flee. Take one guest, identified only as Ms. L. She stayed there on February 16, 2011. Everything was fine until 3 a.m. when she woke up from a nightmare. Whenever possible, we try to contact the location directly to see if they're open for tours. If there's anyone willing to give us a personal account of the haunt, etc. Well, we managed to find someone who used to work at the Kiran Hotel. However, they agreed to speak on the condition of anonymity, probably because some of the things they told us were pretty crazy. According to our source, there were rumors circulating among employees about room 13 long before the media picked up the story. Guests would complain about strange occurrences, but management never took any action. Instead, they offered the room at a discount and warned staff to never enter it themselves. No one took the bait though. So management eventually hired an exorcist. Rather than removing the guests, they brought in the expert to deal with the entity in room 30, and afterwards, things seemed to calm down for a bit, but then incidents started to occur again. By this point, everyone at the hotel agreed room 13 should be closed, but management refused until one of the exorcist's recommendations came true. During the investigation, the room's M field was discovered to be higher than normal to protect the guests and staff. The exorcist suggested they turn the room into a storage space. This way, the entity would still have a place within the hotel, but it wouldn't be able to harm anyone. While this seemed like the most humane solution, it didn't work. According to our source, the entity wasn't happy with being ignored. Soon, objects began moving around the hotel. Doors would slam shut and windows would shatter for no apparent reason. Management finally decided to seal room 30 from everyone, including guests and staff. It was blocked off with a chain and padlocks. Still, the activity didn't stop. Items continued to go missing, never to be found. Others would be broken, and employees would find scratches across their arms, neck, and face. Once the exorcist was contacted again, He claimed the entity was upset about being removed from the guest rooms and demanded it be put back. Management refused. Then the entity upped the ante. Our source remembers finding 20 or more 1,000 rupee notes scattered across the room's threshold every morning. They'd be brand new bills, folded neatly and placed together like an offering. Then one day they stopped. Her heart was pounding, but she couldn't remember what she'd dreamed about. Then she realized why. She was paralyzed with fear. Unable to scream or move, she strained to listen, hoping it was just a dream. Then she heard scratching coming from the foot of her bed. It was like nails on a chalkboard, scraping back and forth non-stop. When the scratching stopped, something began to climb onto her bed. It paced back and forth for a few minutes before leaping onto her comforter. She tried to scream again, but couldn't. Then she felt the mattress dip under the weight of whatever was on her bed. Something heavy was breathing right beside her. All she could see were two glowing red eyes peering over her. Then the creature reached out a hand and touched her cheek. With a jolt, she awoke in her bed screaming. But the horror didn't end there. When she turned on the light, she noticed the mosquito net covering her bed had been pulled down and a chair had been overturned. If you're brave enough, you'll find it on Google Maps too, with plenty of photos posted by visitors. But since the stories started circulating, no one's been able to add new images. The hotel is completely blocked out in the latest satellite photos, and recent Street View images show a construction zone in front of the building, as if it's purposely hiding itself from outsiders. Lonavala is a popular hill station known for its waterfalls, caves, and dense forests. It's the perfect destination for Indians to escape the scorching summer heat. And the Raj Kiran Hotel looks like it belongs in the travel brochures. Built in 1978, it's situated on a mountain ridge with views of the surrounding valleys and offers rooms with balconies, minibars, and TVs. There are 42 rooms in total, ranging from single occupancy to family suites with seating areas. The property also has a garden, terrace, restaurant, and event space. It's the kind of place people visit for a quiet weekend getaway, a romantic vacation, or business retreats. But if you're the type to research everything before booking a trip, you may have stumbled upon the countless Reddit threads. And while all these images and stories give us insight into the chaos happening inside room 13, we can only imagine the torment happening to those unfortunate enough to be trapped inside. Another incident involved a couple named Viv. If you've watched our videos on haunted places before, you'll know the drill. As far as we can tell, room 13 remained blocked off until 2019, when the entire hotel went up for auction. There's no telling what will happen if you decide to sneak onto the property. After the hotel closed due to lack of business, rumors spread that ghosts were haunting the empty building. We may never know what really goes on inside that room. Perhaps there's a logical explanation for everything. Maybe it's a publicity stunt that went wrong. Now watch. Ghost hunting in real life isn't like TV at all.